You already know what needs to stop. That's why you keep searching for another answer. Because once the truth becomes clear enough, you lose the ability to pretend you're still figuring it out. Some people spend years trapped in thinking about it. More advice, more videos, more reflection, more internal conversations that always end in the same place. But nothing changes. Not because they lack clarity, because the moment things become obvious, they suddenly become complicated. And keeping things complicated creates distance from action. If the situation still feels layered, confusing, unfinished, you can delay confronting it. So instead of making the decision, you keep revisiting it over and over. That's why some people repeatedly consume advice they already agree with. Not because they need new information, because hearing the truth feels easier than living it. So they stay in this strange cycle of observation, watching themselves, analyzing themselves, explaining themselves. Meanwhile, real life keeps quietly deteriorating underneath them. The same drained mornings, the same conversations avoided, the same habits slowly damaging their confidence, the same promises made to themselves and broken a few days later. And after a while, something worse happens. The behavior starts becoming part of their identity. Now they're not just someone avoiding change, they're someone who has always been this way. That sentence ruins people quietly, because once a pattern becomes personal, protecting it starts feeling like protecting yourself. So they continue negotiating with things they already know are hurting them. The relationship, the routine, the distraction, the excuse. Not because they can't see the damage, because fully admitting the damage would force a response. And some people are more comfortable living with a painful pattern than disrupting the life built around it. That's the uncomfortable part. The mind can adapt to almost anything if the discomfort becomes familiar enough. So years pass in small repetitions. The same realization returning at night. The same temporary motivation. The same quiet disappointment the next morning when nothing actually changes. And eventually, the person starts mistaking awareness for movement. Just recognizing the pattern feels emotionally productive enough to replace action itself. But your life does not change when you identify the problem. It changes when the pattern is interrupted. An interruption feels real in a way reflection never does, because reflection is private. Interruption has consequences. It changes routines, relationships, identity, comfort. That's why people stay mentally busy, because staying mentally busy delays confrontation. And eventually you notice something unsettling. You stopped searching for answers a long time ago. Now you're just trying to avoid the moment where your behavior can no longer be explained, only defended.